Hello class, today I've created a short video example for you to follow as we continue to learn and create business documents using a word processing software. As you know, as we discussed in class earlier, we're using Microsoft Word. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to my launch. Hello class, today we're going to begin working on a Word document. We're going to be creating a business letter as we discussed in class yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to my launch button and I'm going to go ahead and select Word 2016. I am using the 2016 version, so if you happen to be at home working on this and your home computer has a different version, you may see some things that are a little bit different. Also, if you're working on it in a Google document or in some other word processing software, the spacing and the concepts will remain the same, but obviously the view of the screen and maybe some of the tools will be a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and from this screen select a blank document to start with. You can see there are a variety of templates that you have access to because we're learning formatting and those types of things in our class. We're going to start from a blank document so we can apply some of those skills. And here we are with our blank document. The first thing that I would like you to do for me, in Word, several years ago, they created a normal style. The normal style has some spacing and some things set up in it that we don't need or want. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do so you can actually apply some of our information is to change this style. It's found on the Home tab. Change the style to normal, to no spacing. And that's going to get rid of some of the spacing options that are preset in this particular format. We're also going to go over and change the font to Times New Roman. And I'm also going to go ahead and set it at 12-point font. On the ruler, you can see that we currently have a 1-inch top margin and a 1-inch left and right margin. Those are exactly what we want, so we're going to leave those there and just not do with anything with those. However, we did discuss in class yesterday that in a one-page business document, we need a 2-inch top margin. So rather than go in and set a 2-inch top margin because there is potential for it to push over to page 2, we're going to enter down until we're close to 2 inches in our document. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type the inside address. And we discussed in class yesterday that the inside address is the address of the person that is sending the letter. Many of you may refer to it as the return address. The return address does not have our name. It simply just has our street address, our city, state, and zip. And it also includes the date. So today's date is February 23rd. You can see that the screen tip has now popped up. I'm going to go ahead and accept that screen tip. To accept it, all I have to do is hit enter. So I have accepted the screen tip, and now we've keyed in our inside address. We're going to go ahead and hit enter 4 times. We need that quad space. So I've hit enter 4 times. Now we're going to put in the address of the person that we are sending the letter to, or the letter address. I'm going to go ahead and just make this out like I'm sending it to myself. Remember, we always want to use a title of address. So my particular title of address would be Mrs. Lipham, MRS, as the notation for that. I'm going to key in my home address. And I'm going to go ahead and double space. At this point, I need to key in my salutation, which we discussed that yesterday. Dear Miss Lipham, because we're using open punctuation, I'm not going to include a comma, a colon, or any other type of punctuation. I'm simply going to leave that as it is. And again, double space or hit enter twice. From here, you would type your letter. For time purposes, in this example, I'm just going to type some random letters. Remember that in between each paragraph, you'll have a double space. So you can kind of see that going on here. At the end of the letter, we always want to end with our closing or our salutation. In this case, our salutation is going to be sincerely. Again, because of open punctuation, there is no comma or any other sort of punctuation mark. Here I'm going to hit enter 4 times. We need to create a signature block. And then I'm going to simply key in my name. If I had a title, that title would go directly below my name. And at this point, I would simply print the letter on a piece of pre-created letterhead that is issued to me by my school and mail it to whoever the intended recipient would be. That's it today for creating a business letter in Microsoft Word. Hopefully you have gotten all of your information and you are ready to type your letter.